A human being forms after several years of evolutionary cycles. A human being didn't just drop out of the sky. Yeah, human being formed from several lines of ancestries, including but not limited to plants, animals, insects, microbes, what have you, creepy crawly things. Yeah, many kinds of places. Which is why some of us feel like a plant. Yeah, we feel more like a plant. Some of us feel more like an animal, and some of us feel more male. Some of us feel more female. Even though we have a male body, we may feel female, or we have a female body, but we feel male, or we feel different age groups, or we feel like different animals. Some people think we are more lion-like, or snake-like, or insect-like sometimes, or plant-like. Yeah, for example, avocado is one of our old ancestors. Yeah, so these are all different spirit forms, or more like, if you call it as spirit forms, we miss the point that we're talking about different life forms. And these life forms, a coconut tree has a certain way of being. Yeah, and when a coconut tree is all bloom, then it is like the life form that coconut tree is in full bloom, and everything has its life cycle. Yeah, so it's more like they do their research in that particular life form, and then when they are qualified enough, then life puts them in another department. Like, say for example, next they become, say, an animal, like a deer or something. Yeah, and then they do research in how to be deer, and then with that information they go to, if they are qualified enough, they go to the next form, for example a crow, um, or some other life form. They spend time doing research being that, and then with that information, if they're qualified enough, they move to another life form, for example maybe a human being. And a human being also, we have different departments. For example, there is the Muslim department, there is a Christian department, there is a Buddhist department, or there's a male department, female department, child department, old elderly people. um, so what I'm talking about is lifespans. So some people, it is required for them to spend so much lifetime for them to understand what it is, how is life like. So some people are, if you've seen some children at a young age itself, yeah, they're not able to continue because that is their research. Yeah, their research was to experience life in that form and in that thing. And now that the research is over, now they're going to go to next. Yeah, so each of people are serving time in different departments. Some people are born in India, some people are born in America, maybe some people are born in Africa. So it's like different departments. And as human beings also, it is required to serve time in those departments, places, and learn how is life like. And then when they're qualified enough and say they've learned some valuable information, then they go to the next lifetime. And accordingly is their placement of job also. Some people are employed as homemakers, some people are employed as computer people, some people are employed as health facilitators, some people are employed as cleaners. Yeah, so different jobs also. So human beings are formed from, so if you ask why is my life like this, because this is what you are qualified for. And when you do your work really well in this department, and really enrich who you are, what life is from spending time in this department, then you become valuable enough to then have a upgrade, yeah, in what you do. So in this lifetime, whatever lifetime you're having, now that we are having a human body, and the human body we've gone through several movements before we could qualify enough to have a human body, to have a human life. And then we are all employed as human beings in different departments, different places, in our different stations of life. And then, given that we now have a human body, it's about Nirbij Yoga is about what we can do so that being human we can really enrich the value that we are bringing to life from the station of life we are working in. No matter what department we are working in, as a student, as a homemaker, as a professional, no matter which country we are in, the fact that we have a human body allows us for us to do our work from wherever we are in life and whatever is our station in life, whatever is the circumstances in which we are living, to have life become beautiful, such that we are adding value to what life is and what it means to be human and what is possible from being human as a blessing on the planet, as a blessing, as a representation of what life is. Yeah. So you may have to go back and forth on this video to kind of get a little gist of what I'm trying to say here. But the human body you have, the human life you have, in the circumstances you are born today and you're living in, is all because of several years, several time scales that we presently maybe don't have a direct measure of, but is an experience of living that you have in this moment in time. So it's about how you live life, what value you bring, what you do with what you have, is what determines how much of a blessing, well, how much of a value to the evolutionary process and what it means to be human, and what and how life is experienced, how many earths are inspired to be formed. We have one earth, so human beings are work in progress. Yeah, we have one earth, and we have, depending on how well we do, yeah, as being humans, and how well we take care of all that there is, then you will see earths. Yeah. Thank you for listening. We are at least expected to be like the green Tara, where the green Tara is a representation of organic, humane being. We have only reference of a male or a female. So there is a male or a female image, human form. But basically it's a symbolic representation of a humane being, organic, and who is living life based on true love. Yeah. And how life enlivens when we live life humanely from the human body we have. And we are not designed to be violent. Our body is designed to be non-violent. You don't even have tail and claws. Yeah. You only have teeth to chew food. Yeah. And when we are living life consistent with what it is to be human, like the green tire as a representation, then life becomes better, healthier, diseases abate. Yeah. So do stay tuned, or do sign up on my I'll leave the link in the description. So do sign up, and let's begin the process of becoming humane beings. Yeah. Through Nirbij Yoga. Yeah. Basically it's about quantum digestion. Well, it's not quantum digestion, it's quark and gluon digestion. Yeah. More about it in the course. I will leave the link in the description. Thank you so much for listening, and love you all.